Morning everyone, I am here today near the little village of Bergh Apton in South Norfolk, and I'm actually parked in a lay-by off the A146 known as Hellington Corner, and we're going to do a 9 to 10 mile walk in the beautiful April sunshine, and yeah, come along for the ride. So as we start, we actually have to cross this main road and just go to the footpath opposite here, and then we'll be a little quieter and we can be on our way. Okay, so getting started here, we're actually moving towards a place called Holverston, and we will go past Holton Hall and then on to Hellington, where we'll take a little look at the church. I love this time of year because this is where we've got all the blossoms out, we've got all of the rapeseed at the moment in the fields, so I'll be showing you some of that. It's just lovely. You know it's April when you've got that sea of yellow in the fields, so we should be going past some of those shortly. And let's carry on our way to Hoverstone. Here we go through into the next field. Just look at that sky. Beautiful day. I know it hasn't been wonderful recently, but today is stunning. So we're coming up into Holverston now. This footpath actually takes us past Holton Hall. You can just see peeking out behind those trees in a minute, and actually takes us weirdly down somebody's driveway. You do get the odd footpath like that, don't you? Here we go. So this is the entrance to Holverston Hall. Just going to give you a little sneak peek here. There we go, so there's the driveway, and you've got the hall in the background there. It's a little hidden away. See if I can get better footage from around this side. There we go. Great little clock tower on the front there as well. But we're actually going to head down this way and then briefly down somebody's driveway to come out onto the road there. As you can see, you can't actually drive down here, but it is a public footpath. Look at all that blossom. Absolutely love this time of year. We've got a few chickens as well. Come to greet us. Hey guys. So we're heading down the track now towards the road at Hellington. We're going to take a brief little detour up Hellington Hill just to see the church there, and then we'll move on round to Claxton. So in my walks I try and keep as much of it footpath as possible, but you do sometimes have to have a little bit of road walking in there just to join things up. So we'll be going through today, as well as Claxton, we will have Carleton St Peter, Thurton, Ashby St Mary and Bergh Apton, which is pretty much where we started off. That's the church that we're going to in the distance there. So out now onto the road. This is a little optional bit if you wanted to go up and see the church and have a little bit of a workout, because we do have the occasional hill in Norfolk here. So let's get on up and see the church. Just before we go into the church, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Beautiful, absolutely love it. The green of the grass and the blue of the sky, and then the yellow of the rapeseed. So we've just crossed the road now. So this is Hellington Church. Really nice, pretty little church. I think it's quite nice to have these focal points to come to during the walk. Old buildings and things. Nice little places to have a little bit of a tea break. It doesn't look particularly used. I'm not quite sure if they have many services in here or anything. A bit overgrown, but actually makes it look really pretty. I'm just going to take you around the back here. I'll have that little porch area. Bit of local wildlife in the background there. But yeah, really, really nice setting. So the church isn't open, so we can't have a look inside, but we're going to go back down the hill again and make our way past Low Common and onto Claxton Church. So we're coming up to Rookery Farm now, where we're going to take a right and go around a few footpaths behind the farm before making our way through the Claxton churchyard and then onto Carleton St Peter. So we're just approaching Claxton Church now. In the other part of Claxton, there is actually the old ruins of a castle, but it's actually in the private grounds of Claxton Manor, so I don't know how visible it is, but if we do a walk at another time where I'm going past that area of Claxton, I'll definitely try and get a glimpse of that for you. So just coming up to the churchyard here. Nice little cottage there. I don't know if I'm the only one that has an imaginary property portfolio, but I think that would definitely be in it. Okay, so here we are at St Andrews. Looks like it's just had a bit of maintenance on the grounds. Again, another nice place for a little tea stop if you wanted one. Let's go around the side and have a look. Got all these cute little blocked-in windows. Do love old buildings. Yep, so that definitely doesn't look particularly used, or maybe it's just to stop the birds getting in. So if we just take a circuit round, so we've got another way out there onto the road, it looks like, but we're actually going to go around the back of the church here because the footpath actually goes all the way through and out the other side. So let's go around and head towards Carleton St Peter. As you can see, lots of daffodils still out. Definitely lots of signs of spring. So just on the main footpath here, you've actually got a little information board about the Wherryman's Way and about a circular walk around Claxton. I'll give you a kind of idea of the area that we're in. So we are here by the church. As I said, there's some castle remains up there behind Claxton Manor. Definitely in the future I want to do a walk for you starting from Rockland St Mary Staithe, going up towards Surlingham and around, because that's really nice when the weather is good. But yeah, if you wanted to give that one a go, come and check out the board. Maybe have a little circular walk around Claxton. Coming down now towards Carleton St Peter, I just want to show you this little tree house here in this back garden. So we are now heading towards Carleton St Peter, just down this little track here. Some horses in the field there. It's nice to see a bit of wildlife on the walks. This will then come out at the church at Carleton St Peter, and it will be the most easterly point on our walk, almost at the halfway point. I'd say Ashby St Mary is probably about halfway, and then we start making our way south towards Bergh Apton. I'm now on a road called Sandy Lane, which is a no-through road that then comes through to Ashby St Mary. So we're taking the footpath now from Ashby St Mary through to Thurton. So we'll be walking through Thurton soon, and then across the main road, the A146, past Thurton Church, and then on to Bergh Apton. Looks like we're in someone's back garden here. Each sign of Ashby St Mary depicts an old post mill. This mill no longer exists, but where it used to stand is further up the road. The lady surrounded by a flock of geese is Anne Basie, and this motif has actually been copied from her headstone in the local churchyard. So here in Ashby we actually have a book sale, £1 each, with all proceeds to Ukraine. It's really nice to see. So we've got a little book area over here. people to choose from, and a little painted stone snake as well. So just cross the road here, coming past the George and Dragon, Thurton's pub. So here we are at Thurton Church. Perfect stop for a little drink and a snack. Now this church is quite unusual compared to most, because for the most part you're thinking, oh, the grey walls, the flint, the lead roof. But this one has really smooth plastered walls. I love the windows though. And thatched roof. And they've got the Ukrainian flag flying atop the church as well. So here we are coming to Bergh Apton, and we have stumbled upon the Czech Vineyard. So we've got the sign for it here, makers of fine English wines, and they do cellar door sales and wine tasting tours. So there you go, if you fancy a tour around a vineyard, this is the place to come. So these old red telephone boxes are used for all kinds of things these days. I'm just wondering what they've got in here. Ah, it's a little library. A lot of them now are like a little lending library, so you can take a book out and give some away as well if you have some spare. We've also got a little hutch here where you can get hen's eggs, duck or goose eggs. There's a lot of choice there. I love when you have all these places out in the countryside, side of the road, selling honey and eggs and kindling and all kind of things like that. So we're approaching Bergh Apton Church here, but we're going to take a left and go down here into the plantation, the woodlands behind the church itself. We've got another little egg selling place here from the farm. Gravel pit lane, here we go. Look at this wall, it's really unique. Where they've built that and you've got that bit wrapping around like that. Now the footpath actually goes around the back of the plantation, but I have found a way in. So here we have a permissive path and we're welcome to enjoy the nature reserve. So let's go and have a look. Now I've been here before around about bluebell time, and there's bluebells everywhere, so I'd love to come back and show you when they're in bloom. But we'll just have a quick look around. And I think there's an information board here somewhere as well. So here we are, Bergh Apton Conservation Trust. We've just got some information here about the trust and about the area, and a map of the plantation itself. So we've just come in on Jubilee Loke, the permissive path, but it actually goes all the way down to there. And you've got a few little marshy bits, rivery bits, and a pond as well. As I said, I'd like to come back another day when the bluebells are in bloom, and we can have a proper walk around here and actually have a look at the pond as well. But yeah, there's tons of paths around here, lots of little stairways, lots of little places to explore. So if you're a local in the area or just wanting to explore around here, you may have just driven past the church and not realised that all of this was behind it. But yeah, it's here to explore. So this is a bit weird. So I was just walking past and I came across this strange collection of stones, and it says it is written in stone and bone, and there's a bone there as well. Slightly worrying, but interesting to see. There you go. If you need any horse mark, looks like there's plenty to go around. Just exited the footpath at the back of the church plantation there. And now we're going to be heading north up to another footpath and through more of Bergh Apton. So we're about to take our last footpath across the field back to the lay-by at Hellington Corner. We're going to head this way under this lovely blossom here, back towards the lay-by. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's walk from Hellington Corner. As I said, it's around 9 to 10 miles. And if you want to see more content like this, then please do hit that like button and subscribe. See you in another video.